Bolin,
Present.
Gathing,
Present.
Johnston,
Present.
Verret,
Present.
Wells,
Present.
Williams.
All right, we have a quorum. At this time, let us stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We are on to item C. I'm sorry. Yeah. Item D, Superintendent's Report.
And we'll start with good news. I'll give good news for Taft, followed by the good news from the Director of Special Education. For Taft, thank you to Kyle. Oh, Taft is here, right?
Yeah, she's here. Kendra?
Okay. Kendra, do you want to present your good news? Yeah. Okay.
She said go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to do
Come
it?
up here.
Okay. On behalf of Ms. Lethbridge, thank you to Kyle and Lindsay Ringy, who donated a box of uniforms to the students at Taft. And thank you to Officer Brantley and Officer Klopp, who stopped by Taft, talked to some of the classes, and passed out candy to the kids.
Hello, Board President, Superintendent, and community members. I am happy to let you all know that Miss Evelyn Barnes was awarded an Award of Excellence from Olivet Nazarene University for the Special Education Department for outstanding contributions in the field of special education and being one of the nominations for the 2022 Special Education of the Year.
Yay.
All right. We're on to item 2, instruction.
Good evening, Board President, Board members, Dr. Walters. In your packet, you should have a proposal for Pathfinder contract approval in an effort to continue to expand the reach of K's Media and the Kankakee Fine Arts. We're requesting approval to enter into a contract with Pathfinder. Pathfinder is a local company that will provide videography consultant to staff and students. This classroom-style workshop will include assistance in developing documents and templates to use for reference, as well as building a template for different types of videos. Pathfinder staff will meet regularly with district stakeholders to discuss strategy, marketing needs, and any other concerns. The cost of the one-year contract with Pathfinder is $59,430. It is the recommendation of the administration to approve this contract. A report detailing the impact on student outcomes will be shared with the Board Curriculum Committee in the April 19, 2023 meeting.
So can I also add that in your packet, just to know where the revenue comes from the Community Partnership Grant. And so as part of the Community Partnership Grant, the district is only required through the Illinois State Board of Education to have 2 partners. I think we're at, I'm not sure if it's at 30. So we have a number of partners, and Pathfinder would be one of those partners, so the funding would come from the Community Partnership Grant.
Also in your board packet, you have 2 memorandums concerning Head Start policy, council information, and we're asking for you to view those and approve upon request. Again, this is concerning Head Start, as amended, 42 USC 9801. And you have that in your board packet. Are there any questions for instruction?
Does the board have any questions about instruction? No questions from the board. Thank you, Ms. Fountain.
Can I stay up here?
She's got, I do finance and she does.
Okay. Finance?
Okay. So in your, I think in front of your area, you have the information and updates from our architect's DLA. So on the 2022 remodeling, in addition to the junior high, the contractor is working on completing the installation of the HVAC systems. They received the electrical panel, but that had caused delay in completing the installation of the HVAC unit. The architects are also working on completing, or the contractors are working on completing the ceilings, light and floor finishes, as well as the new kitchen equipment. They are working to be completed for student occupancy by Thanksgiving break. And so we're thinking that we would have an open house around the holidays, around something more like a winter break time to have a kind of ribbon, somewhat of a ribbon cutting. For the 2022 mechanical replacements for work at King and Kennedy, the project is nearly completed. The contractor is working on completing the punch list. They are also working on completing the installation of the new boilers at King. There has been a delay from the manufacturer of the delivery of the new chillers at both schools and some electrical equipment for King. So it is anticipated that we will have the air conditioning for King and Kennedy complete by the spring of 2023. And so at that point, King and Kennedy would be fully air conditioned. The replacement of HVAC unit for the main office at the Kankakee Junior High has been delayed by the manufacturer until spring of 2023. So the current HVAC unit is working. By the spring of 2023, we'll be able to replace the HVAC system at the junior high. And again, because of the delay and the manufacturer having the HVAC unit available. In terms of Lincoln Cultural Centers, the 2022 boiler replacement work at LCC, the project is nearly completed and will be completed before the heating season, which would be around the next 4 weeks. The contractor is working on completing the installation of the new boilers. And then at the high school, the contractor will start installing the construction fence at the end of this week and start the site work demolition the week of September 19th. With a groundbreaking ceremony scheduled for September 22nd, site utilities and foundations are scheduled to be completed this year. Are there any questions?
Does the board have any questions? Mr. Boland?
One question. Some time ago, when our architect was present, we talked about having their firm do an annual review of what maintenance we've done and what maintenance needs to be done. And I don't know that was ever formally requested, or that we ever formally approved him to do that, but I'd like to follow up. If we need to do that, we should put that on the next agenda if we could.
Actually, I think he's already started that process.
Great.
And I think he gave me something at one of the meetings, but at the next business and finance meeting, he can present that information.
Okay.
Well, if he
Super.
can't present it, I will be able to present that information.
That would be fine. Thank you.
So I will say that there is a grant, there's a grant out there for additional funds to, I don't know, well, it's instructional, not instructional funds, it's maintenance funds. It's only $50,000. However, what we did talk about at our last meeting with the architects is looking at the 2 projects that are the most in need. And then if we were to have funding that we could apply for, that we would make sure that that money went towards those 2 projects. And I think those 2 projects were mentioned to me, I just don't remember which ones they were.
Okay.
So I think there were 2 elementary buildings that are in the most in need. Oh, no, one of them is the pool at the high school. I think that was the most in need. The mechanical systems in the pool area. And then there was one more that I can't remember, but I can present that on the September 30th Business and Finance meeting.
That'll be great. Thank you.
Anything else from the board? Thank you, Mr. Boland. Are you done? Okay, the next report is personnel. Ms. Fountain?
All right, thank you again. The board asked a memorandum and also had a document for the adoption of SSP, which is the TRS Supplemental Savings Plan for our teachers. Illinois law requires the teacher retirement system to offer an optional defined contribution benefit to eligible active members in the system. To comply with this law, TRS has contracted with Voya Financial Development to offer the TRS Supplemental Savings Plan. The following documents are important for the implementation of the new TRS Supplemental Saving Plan, which is again called SSP. The saving plans requires an employer participation agreement. That's the school district has to have this plan, and by state law, Illinois state law, we are expected to adopt this plan. And so what this is, it is an additional plan for teachers in the TRS retirement system. They will automatically be enrolled, especially the new teachers. They have to opt out in order to not be part of this plan. What we have talked to the union to make sure that all of our new teachers are aware of this, that when we hire new staff, we're going to also give them a form to let them know about the supplemental saving program, and they will either have to opt out or they will automatically be enrolled in. So you have the document that has to be board adopted, and this is for all schools in the state of Illinois. We have to adopt this plan. Are there any questions?
Does the board have any questions? Mr. Boland?
How did we choose Voya as opposed to the other providers?
This is what TRS was using as well. And so Mr. Grossi worked with us to give us the information from the state and the state suggestion.
So Voya is providing this plan to every school in the state?
TRS has contracted with Voya, not the school district, TRS has. And that's noted in the plan.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
All right, that's all, Mr. Boland? No one else? Thank you. All right. Is that all, Ms. Fountain?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, we're on to item E, Principals Report. Kale Kuster.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Edison Primary. We are the proud home of the K-3 Engineering Magnet and third grade College and Career Academy. I'd like to give a shout out to all the staff that are watching at home and all that are here. If they could stand up, please. I have Mrs. Gynakopoulos, Ms. Parcham, Mrs. Khan, Mrs. Bellman-Davis, and Ms. Noble. Give them a round of applause, please. They've worked really hard to sit this year. So we decided to do something a little bit different tonight. Since this is the start of the year, we want to get off on the right way. So Mrs. Davis and Mrs. Khan are passing out a kit that'll help you with some tools that you might need at the beginning of the year. And every staff member at Edison got these to start this year. So this one is not in your kit, it's just in mine, but most of you brought your own. It's a pair of glasses. So this represents lenses. So we got to look at things from not only our lens, but from the lens of the team and everyone around us in order to be successful. The next thing in your kit you'll see is a light switch. So most of ours is on at all times, but one thing I challenge the staff to do is to, when we go back to being a friend, a parent, a spouse, whatever it is, that we do our best to flip that switch off. Mine has been stuck in the on position, so I really need to follow my own advice there. The next item is a pacifier. We have to remember that we're dealing with somebody's baby every day. So every phone call, every email, every time we talk to a parent, we have to remember that we are dealing with the most important thing in their life. And then before I get to the last thing, I just have to say, sometimes administrators, we get busy. Sometimes my supervisors get busy. We don't tell people how great of a job they're doing. So that's why you have this thing. So you can put it up here and you can say, hey, Mr. Kuster, you're doing a great job at Edison. I just wanted to tell you that. So have a good day and you're not too hard on the eyes either. So now you can do that. You don't need anybody else's help. And then the last thing that, yeah, go ahead. That they're going to pass out now is the crown, because we are all kings and queens of our domain, whatever it is in our life. But we have to remember that heavy is the head that wears the crown. So please monitor your mental health, monitor the mental health of those around you so that we can all have a successful year. So with the skills you possess and with these tools, you should be off to a great year.
I'm not going to give people a
This is really nice.
Any questions?
No, but I just know when I go home, I'm not going to get to keep my crown.
Oh, you get to keep it. You get to get.
I have someone who's 3 years old, and she
Oh,
is a
yeah,
princess
that's
every
gone.
day,
You get home, yeah.
every
All right.
day. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. That was very amazing. Thank you. I like that.
Like that. All right. We are on to item F, public comments. Jasmine Mills. And while Ms. Mills comes forward, I will read the public comment guidelines. The president will recognize members of the audience who wish to make comments to the board regarding any topics related to school district business. The board will take all comments under advisement without discussion, which means the board will not respond tonight. If a member of the public raises an issue or concern that requires follow-up, the board president or superintendent will do so in a timely manner. Please give your name and direct your comments to the president. Comments are limited to 5 minutes. All individuals are to conduct themselves with respect and civility toward others. Ms. Mills.
Good evening, everybody. As she stated, my name is Jasmine, and I'm here on behalf of Smithson Bancorp with a service proposal from our business. I have some handouts for you all if you would like them to follow along. I'm gonna, keeping time in mind, I'm gonna make this as brief as possible. So a little bit about Smithson Bancorp is that we are a licensed micro-lending agency that offers revolving lines of credit, payday/short-term loans for life unexpected expenses to those who qualify. Our office is headquartered in Homewood, Illinois. However, we just opened a new location at 1550 East Court Street in Kankakee and are operating as a Western Union currency exchange. Our founder is Monique Smith. We have serviced clients since 2017 and aim to one day operate as a major bank or credit union. Our mission and vision at Smithson Bancorp, we are consistently driven by our vision to build a loan service brand that becomes one of the lead choices for consumers nationwide. We are a motivated and inspired organization that works collectively to meet our clients' requirements with impeccable service. What sets us apart from our competition is the fact that our team always strives to achieve forward-thinking results and meet the expectations of clients regarding service in the best way possible. Our company's mission statement is sow a good seed, your future generation will reap the benefits of a beautiful harvest. If you can turn to page 3, it discusses a problem with a proposed solution. The problem that we are addressing is providing a viable and sustainable solution for breaking the mold of the traditional trial and error ways of building credit for our young adults. Our plan will help young adults reach their economic and social potentials. We at Smithson Bancorp would rather see our young adults have access to good credit sooner than later. Good credit is a gateway to wealth, says House Committee Maxine Waters. Yet, for far too long, our credit reporting system has kept people of color and low-income persons from access to capital to start a small business, access to mortgage loans to become homeowners, and access to credit to meet financial emergencies. Smithson Bancorp would like to extend our services as a part of the solution to the problem for our young adults while they are in high school. The proposed solution is this program that I'll be speaking about today will solve the credit problems facing young adults through the following means. As it reads below, we will provide each senior student, with a $1,000 no money access uncollateralized trade line that enhances the credit profile for each student that is reported to the major credit agencies while they are obtaining their high school diploma. The program is not a loan installment payment plan. The school district and not the students will be the obliger. Smithson reporting to the credit bureau will reflect payments received by the obliger to lower the student's trade line balance by $100 per month. The $100 payments will be reported monthly to the credit reporting agency, potentially raising the student's credit scores and thereby strengthening their credit worthiness. The student's credit report will indicate that the payments on the line of credit were made in accordance with the program. Smithson will pay all fees for reporting the payments on the student's account to the credit reporting agencies, and to the credit agencies do not reflect any actual repayments by the student. The student will not contribute any money into the line of credit, and the program provides real credit. The unsecured trade line will be reported to each student's credit profile throughout the year. The students do not borrow any money and incur any debt. There is no negative impact on the students, no loan risks are reported, and the students incur no risk. The students will receive a handbook explaining the program. If you drop down below, on page 4, we have considered the goals and challenges. The goals is to have every senior student in a stronger financial position upon graduation. Smithson is prepared to implement this program at the beginning of 2022/2023 academic school year, and we foresee no challenges. The pricing plan is also discussed below, starting at $100 per student per month for the duration of the academic school year. If you turn to page 5, we express the educational benefits. The pamphlet that I passed out to you all will highlight some important details, what makes a good credit profile. The students will learn the difference between a running balance, statement balance, and a due date. The students will learn how to safeguard their personal identifying information to protect their credit. The students will learn how to negotiate an interest rate with the bank purchasing a vehicle and intangible possessions, and will learn how to prepare their credit to the maximum. Thank
All
you.
right. I'm sorry, you're 5 minutes early.
That was good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We're on to item G, consent agenda, action items. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Gathering. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Johnston. Are there any questions? No questions about the consent agenda? Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Archie,
Yes.
Bolin,
Yes.
Gathing,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Wells.
Yes, and the motion carries. We're on to item H, action items. Item number 1, approval of discipline case number 501-222301. And
001.
I'm sorry?
001.
001. It's 2 zeros.
Oh, I'm sorry. 001.
Motion.
Do I need to read the resolution into the record? Kankakee School District Number 111, resolution authorizing student disciplinary action. Whereas the Board of Education of Kankakee School District Number 111, Kankakee County, Illinois, reviewed the expulsion hearing report dated September 12, 2022, related to student number 501-2223-001, drafted by the hearing panel appointed by the Board of Education pursuant to Section 10-22.6 of the Illinois School Code. And whereas, on the basis of all testimony and evidence and the hearing panel's report, the Board of Education determined that student number 501-2223-001 is guilty of gross disobedience and misconduct, and that his continuing presence in school would substantially disrupt, impede, or interfere with the operation of the school. And whereas the board finds that other appropriate and available behavioral disciplinary interventions have been exhausted, therefore be it resolved by the Board of Education as follows. Number 1, that the Board of Education hereby adopts the report of the hearing panel and its factual findings and written decision. Number 2, that student 5001-22-23-001 is hereby expelled from the district for a period of 1 calendar year. During the term of the expulsion, student number 501-22-23-001 shall not be permitted on any district property or at any district-sponsored events. Number 3, that student 501-22-23-001 is continued present in school, poses a threat to the safety of other students, staff, or the community, and substantially disrupts, impedes, or interferes with the operation of the school. That the school, number 4, that the school has exhausted other appropriate and available alternatives to expulsion. Number 5, that the rationale for the term of the expulsion is the significant disruption that caused as a result of student number 501-22-23-001's possession of a weapon. Number 6, that the Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to offer student 501-22-23-001 appropriate and available support services calculated to enable him to continue his education through the district through remote educational means. Number 7, that the superintendent or her designee shall send written notice and the board's written decision to the student 501-22-23-001's parents or/slash guardian, informing them of the Board of Education's decision. That this resolution shall be in full force and effect upon its adoption. Do I have a question?
No, I would make a motion to approve that resolution with the clarification that the possession of the weapon was on school property.
Pardon me?
You wanted to show what? I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry too, but
Sorry, I didn't
in
understand.
the resolution part, I believe paragraph 4, I may be wrong, where we make the finding that this is based upon possession of a weapon. I think it should be clarified to make sure it's clear that it was a possession of a weapon on school property.
Okay.
Okay,
That's all.
the attorney says she could make that change.
Fine. But with that change, I make the motion, we approve the resolution.
Second. All right. With the addition to number 4, that the weapon was on school property. Mr. Boland has made a motion. May I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gathing. Are there any further discussion from the board? No? Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Bolin,
Yes.
Gathing,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Archie,
Yes.
Wells,
Yes. And the motion carries. We're on to item number 2, approval to adopt supplemental savings plan. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Williams. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Johnston. Are there any questions from the board? There are no questions. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Gathing,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Verret,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Archie,
Yes.
Bolin,
Yes.
Wells,
Yes, and the motion carries. Okay.
Ms. Fountain has some.
Could be.
Ms. Fountain, you want to come forward?
Time's
Time's up.
Take us It's over.
I just want to take this opportunity, and it has also been voted by the board, to welcome our new Director of Buildings and Grounds. Mr. Rich Stanovich did resign, and we are happy to have someone who has been a part of our school district since 2012, and he is now our new Director of Buildings and Grounds. So we're going to ask Mr. William Draper, could you please stand at this time? Yeah, you didn't know, he didn't know I was going to do that. But I want to say that Mr. Draper has been giving outstanding service to our district since 2012. He's available to help wherever is needed. So we appreciate and we were happy that we were able to promote someone within our school district who has proven to be a loyal employee of the Kankakee School District 111. So welcome to your new position.
Thank you. All right. Did you have anything further, Superintendent?
No, there will be a meeting for the curriculum committee on September 14th. So first of all, we're sorry to see our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum Instruction, our instructional program, she is leaving. She was not able to come today because of some circumstances beyond her control. So I'm not sure if she'll be there on Thursday, but we will still have the curriculum committee meeting so that we can discuss some items that it's already actually posted. So those items have already been posted. And that meeting will be at 5 o'clock and is it 217?
CC 217.
In 217.
All right. We have information and proposals, which are normal things, a FOIA request and bill run. We have calendar notes. September 13th, we have a special board meeting with Dr. Anise Fisher.
Cancel that.
September 14th is LAA Day, Learn Anytime, Anywhere, for the 9th grade only. September 14th, ASVAB testing for 10th through 12th grade, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. September 19th is a LAA Day for 8th, 9th, and 12th, 9th through 12th, so that should actually be 8th through 12th. September 22nd, another LAA Day on 9th through 12th. K through 8 will be in person. September 26th is the next board meeting at Lincoln Cultural Center at 5 p.m. Is there anything from the board?
Oh, this is homecoming week too.
All right, right. Go Caves. Okay, and they did knock the socks off of Thornridge. Was it Thornridge?
What, last week?
Yeah, they knocked the socks off of them. All right, so if there's nothing further from the board, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by Gadding, seconded by Williams. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, this meeting is now adjourned.
Ronnie. That was. Ronnie.